Hey folks, it's Tom, Frugal Prepper. I want to talk a little bit about tool trucks and why I find tool trucks to be a really bad business decision, and I stay off of them in general, and they just don't work for me. You hear a lot of arguments for the tool truck, but I'm going to tell you why they generally don't work for me. Okay, folks, so this is going to be a little bit of a video response, I guess, to CP the Tool Addict. He's done a lot of videos about how great the tool truck is and how, you should just buy tool truck tools. I think, kind of like, it's kind of like you're stupid if you don't buy tool truck tools. And I guess I kind of feel the other way, like you're kind of stupid for buying tool truck tools sometimes. But he has a great channel. He has a lot of great content that really makes you think. And this is in no way meant to, put him down in any way. I just disagree. And I disagree from my perspective and how I do business. So I am a IT guy. I'm a recovering network engineer that took a job as a senior IT support specialist. Doesn't do much network engineering anymore. And so I really like the job that I have now. It's a lot more fun, a lot lower stress, a lot less hours, more regular hours, more time to spend with my family. However, it pays about half as much. So I've had to really kick up the things I do on the side, my handyman jobs, my car repairs, my mobile mechanic repairs, to really make up for that extra income. And have fun doing it. And I was at the point late summer running, like 12 cars a week. Where now I might be 1 or 2 a week because it's in the middle of February. Well, it's March now, I guess. But it's cold. Spring comes, it's going to pick back up again. So that's just what I do, right? I spend a lot of time fixing stuff. Usually when I'm busy, I'm trying to get 1 car a night done on the weekdays after work. And, trying to move 3 to 4 cars every weekend day. So it gets busy and hectic. And I don't want to have a full-time shop with that kind of overhead. I just do the jobs that I can do in my garage that I'm good at and comfortable doing and want to do. And I refer the other stuff out. And I'm getting better and better at diagnosing and doing electrical all the time. I'm learning. I'm learning a lot. I'm getting really good at being able to diagnose drivability issues, stuff like that. So that's what I do. So this Snap-on wrench, the Snap-on guy, basically I hopped on the truck. I bought this from the old Snap-on guy. That we've had a few. And he's like, well, you didn't buy that from me. I'm like, no, I bought it from Matt back in the day. And he's like, well, I don't know where you got that. I don't have any proof. I'd have to see a receipt or something, blah, 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 because you didn't buy it from me. And I'm like, can you just send it to Snap-on and get it repaired or replaced? Like, what, just didn't want to talk to me and had the attitude of, who in the heck are you and why are you on my truck? So I just left.
Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life.
So I know somebody that knows another Snap-on guy and another place that's going to try to get their Snap-on guy to take care of this. But it just shouldn't be this way. It's a $55 wrench. It shouldn't be that way. I broke my 11mm Duralast socket the other day, doing something I shouldn't have been doing with it. I split the side of it out, and I took it back up, and I handed it to the AutoZone guy. He didn't look at it and go, oh, looks like you've been using this on impact. We're not going to exchange that. He just said, 11mm, 3/8 drive. Okay. He went back on the shop and got another one. He's like, here you go. And I was like, thanks. And I drove 1 minute down the road back to my garage, and here I am with it. That's how service works. Snap-on, if your tools are so friggin' good, then why don't all your Snap-on reps just stand behind them no matter where they came from? It's because all you care about is the sell. All you care about is the marketing and the big Snap-on and the flashy logos. Oh, it's so great. USA, it's wonderful. And you got a marketing strategy that involves your tool truck guys. But when it comes to service, all I hear as a guy that's not actively buying Snap-on tools, all I hear is crickets. Even Harbor Freight, better service than Snap-on to me. So, you know, the arguments made like, I don't want to have to run all the way over to Harbor Freight. Like, you want me to take my tool all the way across town to Harbor Freight in the middle of the day and I'm busy working all the time?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I'm like, at least I know where Harbor Freight is. I got to go try to figure out where the Snap-on truck's going to be, track him down, get on the truck, get treated like I'm kind of rude for actually daring to step on his truck with a broken tool, no less, and get told no and then leave. But I know where Harbor Freight is. I know when they're open and when they're going to be there and when I can exchange it. And I can buy 50 packs of sockets for what a Snap-on complete, you know, socket set costs or something. You know, it's not 50, but a lot. So I got extras of these sets in my bottom drawer. When I break one, I go stick another one on my rack. I go. The other big part of the thing is I mobile mechanic a lot, especially during the summer. I'm working in the dirt, in the gravel, in tall grass. It's like wherever I got to go to get this vehicle fixed, I'm there fixing it. And it's just me and my little 4-drawer Craftsman toolbox in my trunk, and we get it done. But you lose tools when you do that. You're just going to lose tools. Like, no matter how careful you are, you're going to lose tools. It's 100 degrees outside. You're working in, you know, the gravel under a car. You're sweating. The gravel's sticking to you. You're greasy. You're like, crap. Pick it up. I can't find my 10mm 1/4-inch drive anywhere. It's somewhere in that gravel. You might look for it real quick. If you don't see it, you're like, screw it, we're on to the next job. And you come back home and go, 10mm, done. Right? And there's 10 sockets in here for $10. It costs you $1. Lose this in the gravel. It's expensive. So tool loss is a big part for me too. Even though it doesn't happen in the garage as much because stuff's here. But there is the black hole under my workbench that pops out every once in a while. It sucks something into it and it's never seen again. So I think all mechanics have those. So, you know, I mean, I'm pretty happy with most of my cheap tools. I have some gear wrench. I got some Duralast. I got lots of Harbor Freight. I got some Snap-on. I've got all kinds of brands, Craftsman, everything else. And generally, they all torn bolts and they do what they do. Not happy with Tecton. Like, maybe some of their stuff's good, but that flip socket set I got is a piece of trash. Been very unhappy with that. My Craftsman flip socket set was so much better, but I gave it away when I got my Tecton one to somebody that needed it, and now I don't have it. So, but I'm going to buy something different eventually. But yeah, I mean, I'm at Harbor Freight all the time anyway for a lot of consumable type stuff, just like, you know, drill bits that wear out, and gloves, and little whizzy discs, you know, all that kind of stuff, grinder wheels, rotary files. So just stuff that I have to buy once a month. I go to Harbor Freight and Rural King and stop up on supplies, consumables, and I just take my broken Harbor Freight stuff with me when I go, and I exchange it. I'm done. And I just have extras of everything. So yeah, it works for me. I know that the tool truck, maybe it works for other people if their tool guys are nice. One of the things about franchising is I hear all the time, well, my Snap-on guy is great, and my Snap-on guy would never treat you that way. Your Snap-on guy is just, you know, being a butthead. The problem is the idea of a franchise is that you keep a consistent customer experience across all franchisees. So the problem, if this Snap-on guy is rude to people and this Snap-on guy is a super nice guy, the problem is with Snap-on up here, because they should be making sure that everybody is consistent across the board so that people know what to expect and that they're going to get what they expect. And so, I don't, I get that. Like, if I had a great, nice Snap-on guy, I'd be wonderful. I used to. I bought a Snap-on box from him. I bought a Snap-on creeper from him. I bought my Snap-on drop light from him. I bought many Snap-on tools from him. And then he went out of business. And the one we have now is a butthead. Maybe then when that guy goes out of business, the next one will be nice. But that shouldn't be my problem. It should be consistent. You stand behind your tool, you find a truck or a Snap-on rep, and they'll be like, here you go, here's another one. Sorry that broke on you. Hey, is there anything else you need while you're on the truck? We got a deal on this ratchet over here today. That's what I do. But, they're all different. It's a different experience on every tool truck I've ever been on, and I don't get on them that often. So, be intentional with the money that you spend if you're a young technician. Be intentional. Like, I have this much money that I want to budget every month for tools. And when it comes time to spend that money on tools, be like, how can I get the most bang out of my buck? Is it by buying two $250 Snap-on socket sets? Or is it by taking that $500 to Harbor Freight, getting S wrenches, half moon wrenches, getting some 6-point, some 12-point, getting some different ratchets that'll fit in different places, and some flexible flex head wrenches and some reversible ratcheting wrenches, and a tool cart, right? And like some different screwdrivers and stuff like that, and then actually having the tool that you need to do the job, even though it might not say Snap-on on it, it still turned the bolt and you got the job done. That's how you're going to get it. And then if you're like, man, these Harbor Freight S wrenches are really junk and they break quite often and I have to get them warrantied out even though they're cheap, maybe I want to buy a really nice set of Snap-on ones. Then you do that later once you got most of your tools. I just think that's common sense. For me, I don't want to spend that kind of money on hand tools because that's just for turning the bolts. I'm spending the money on scan tools, scopes, other types of diagnostic equipment so that I know which bolts I need to turn. Because if you don't have to turn as many bolts, you can get by with Harbor Freight because you know exactly what part's wrong and what you're going after, and you're not doing unnecessary work. So that's what I focus on. And even at that, I try to find ways to do it as inexpensively as possible. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. This is Tom, your frugal prepper. Everybody, have a good day. And check out CP, the Tool Addicts channel down below.